Hello and welcome back to TGTV. This video is brought to you by Squarespace. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your online business. So then, the more perceptive ones among you will have clocked that that is my 912 up on the ramp. There's quite a lot to get through. I've just been speaking to Ollie here, who's kind of the expert here, and he's been running his expert eye over the car. Really, really good guy. He's not a prat, and he doesn't want a camera shoved in his face, so I'm going to try my best to regurgitate what he's told me. I would say there's good news and bad news. There's not really any good news, to be honest with you, but we will press on. So, I knew what I was signing up to here. Well, to an extent. Anyway, I don't know why I'm grinning. Let's go and have a little look at the car then. It's up on the ramp, and that's actually the best place for it to show you exactly what is going on with this thing. So let's get to it. You will notice then that it's missing wheels. The wheels are on the floor. There's one, there's the other, there's the other. It has 4 wheels, so we'll start with a positive. There are 4 wheels to the car, but that is about it. So I'll work from the back of the car to the front. You'll notice then this exhaust, this is not standard, this is a Dansk racing exhaust, I believe, and this is where it spits flames from. The exhaust is actually fine, so we will not get onto that. That's absolutely fine, we're happy with that. I think it was blowing a little bit actually, but that has now been sorted. So, under the car then, this is a 1.6, actually basically a Beetle engine from a 356. That is what differentiates this car from a 911, which we have here. That's got a flat 6 in it, and this has got a flat 4, or a 4-cylinder in it anyway. So as you'll see, 912 Revival cars, they've had a little fiddle under here, sorted out some of the leaking, sealed some of this up. But as you can see, there's still a bit of leakage under here. Not the end of the world on cars of this age. There are always leaks, and this engine hasn't been steam cleaned or anything like that anytime recently. It's probably been leaking for years and years and years, so hence it looks like a bit of a mess. What we've agreed to do then, there's going to be a bit of a steam clean going on the engine. It's going to be taken out on a run, and we're going to see exactly where the leak's coming from. There has not been a road test on this car yet with the guys here at RPM. That is on the to-do list because, first and foremost, what we need sorting out, some of you may have clocked it in one of my videos, that has been rattling. That is not really that safe. So the shock there has seen better days, and that has just been rattling around. Hold on, let me have a little. Well, yeah. You get the idea. I mean, I'm not cut out for this anyway. So yeah, basically that's a complete mess. That needs sorting out. So they're going to fix that, and they're going to take it out on a road test. They will steam clean the engine first, and then they'll see where all the leaks are coming from. The leaks in itself, not the end of the world. Coming around the front of the car then, in here there is some signs of welding. There's been some body work done, so that's probably been shunted at some point quite lightly. There's more welding here. It's all a bit of a mess, to be honest with you. There's a lot of rust, and it's just a bit hellish in general. I mean, that's not the technical term, but some of this is just, it's very, very ropey. You can see welding wire in there. Not brilliant. As I say, I didn't pay a huge amount for this car. It wasn't huge cash. I knew when I was buying this that I basically was just buying a matching numbers running shell in Irish green. I was aware of the fact that there was going to be quite a lot of work done. That suspension there on that side, that's fine. That's a positive news story, everyone. But you can see most of the components here, they've just got rust all over them. Chaos, really. Coming under then, this is where it starts to get a little bit more serious, ladies and gents. We are putting our serious hats on now. For experts among you, you will be seeing already exactly what the issue is here. Firstly then, let's tackle this. This is where the pedal box goes. This is where, well, this is where obviously the pedals bolt into, and that is now, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not great. So that's where the pedal box goes into. That is all rusting, as you can see. That's going to need some remedial work, quite clearly, because we don't want the pedals falling out all over the road. And my neck's hurting at this point. And I mean, my fingers are pretty much gonna, I mean, I've left some of my skin on there, that's nice. But that is being re-welded in there. That is not particularly, I mean, you can see there's a bit of flex in that. These panels have been welded on, and not particularly well either. So these are not only rusted, but they've been welded in. This is going to need redoing. Obviously that is, but the floor panels here, one there, one there, one there. This is basically the floor panels of the car. Seats go there. There's the driver's seat, passenger seat, and then the back seats go there. These will need coming out and redoing at some point. Should I do it? Let's go right the way down here. Should I do a full kind of restoration on the car? It's not hugely dangerous at the moment. The seats aren't just directly bolted onto these panels. There are kind of runners and stuff that bolt into the central bit there. This is all Porsche in the middle, by the way. So it's not hugely dangerous, but it's not ideal. And at some point I will be getting onto that, and that will all be redone. It's a huge job though. The car basically needs to go into a shell and be completely stripped. So that's a huge job. Coming around the back of the car then. Hope you're enjoying this video, by the way. You're not seeing much of my face. That's probably quite a good thing. One of the positive news stories is it's had new shocks. So this is a Connie rear shock. That has been done, and they are actually fine. This drive shaft here, there's a little bit of play in that, so apparently that needs sorting out. But this one over here, no play in it whatsoever. Great, we like that one. That one needs sorting out at some point. As you can see, there's obviously more leaks around here. That wheel arch actually is okay. There's no sign that anyone's bodged that. But as you can see, under the car, there's rust basically everywhere, all under the edge of the doors. But as I've said to the guys here, I don't really care too much about that. I'm not bothered. As long as it doesn't deteriorate and get much worse, not that arsed. This was never going to be a garage queen. Under here then, I think there's been some sort of, yeah, up here. There's been something there, so that's been kind of, it's either that side or that side's been remediated at some point. Again, on this side, we've got a Connie shock as well. On here, about the only thing on the car that's halfway decent. Ah, yes, the kidneys on the car as well. The kidneys, apparently they are good as well. So that is actually a good news story, and that's probably pretty much the only thing I checked. The kidney bowls, I believe they're called, that's often a huge area for rust. One of the reasons then why this car has got so much rust on it, A, it's been living in England for a little while. It was used as a daily driver, and B, it's an Italian car. So why people favour the Californian cars is they don't come with as many rust issues. The European cars do, because Europe is very rainy, California is not very rainy. Doesn't take a scientist to work that one out. That said, I still went and bought one. I've been through in my previous videos why I bought this car, and I've got to say, some of you might be thinking, you don't seem that alarmed by this, you don't seem that surprised. I'm not. I knew that I was pretty much buying this blind, and they could have told me anything. They could have told me this chassis was snapped in half, and I wouldn't have been surprised. To be honest with you, it does need pretty much a full overhaul, but I'm not that annoyed by it. I was gonna swear there. I'm not that annoyed by it. This was gonna be a long-term project. The guy here, Ollie, was actually asking me, he said, you know, what are your goals for this car? What do you want from it? And I said, I'm gonna keep this thing for about 10 odd years, 15 years, whatever. As long as they're allowing petrol cars for, I'm gonna hold on to it. If I have to spend some money on it now, who really cares? Because in 10 years time, 15 years time, A, it's gonna be worth more. I'm not expecting millions out of it. I don't think it's gonna be an enormous investment, but I certainly don't think long-term I'm gonna lose any money on it. And B, 5, 10, 15 grand now, over 10 years, am I really gonna care? No. So basically, I just wanted a matching numbers, Irish green, 912, and that's exactly what I've got. There are some vague positives though. The engine is okay. It doesn't, fingers crossed, really need a rebuild. The engine's absolutely fine, and once that front suspension strut is fixed, it should be pretty drivable and pretty usable. So then, plan of action. We're gonna come together and kind of put our heads together, because there's a lot of work that needs doing, and it obviously can't all be done immediately. So I think the first priority, as I've said at the start of the video, will be to steam clean the engine, get the suspension fixed. They're going to take it out on a road test, and then we're going to agree on a course of action. But I think what it will involve will be getting it nice and safe, nice and roadworthy, nice and drivable. I'm going to have some fun in it, and then it might go away for the winter. This is kind of a vague plan I've got in my head, and Ollie will probably be watching this video and the first he's heard of it. But I'm thinking it'll probably go away for the winter for a few months, and they can do some more kind of serious remedial work to it then. That's probably the most sensible plan of action. and hopefully they agree on that here too. But there is a huge amount that needs doing. I've glossed over quite a lot of the stuff where I've just been poking at bits of rust here, there and everywhere. That's serious work that needs doing. There is some filler in places, there's all sorts of bits and bobs, but it's nothing kind of condemnable. It's just all stuff that can be fixed. And as Ollie was saying, these cars back in the day, you know, sort of 10 years ago, they were kind of 10 grand cars. So they're being fixed with 10 grand car type work. They're basically being bodged, a lot of it. And now as these cars are growing in value, a lot of this bad workmanship is coming back through, and people are seeing it in workshops, much like this, when people are doing restorations, because they're now worth sort of 2, 3, 5 times the amount. Anyway, hopefully you found that vaguely useful. Hopefully a little rundown of exactly how stupid I've been and how screwed my car really is. I hope you're actually enjoying this series of content. There will be so much more with this this 912. This is going to be months and months, years and years worth of journey and videos and work on the car. I'm intending on taking it to Germany, visit the Porsche Museum, do all sorts of stuff with this car. There's going to be, we haven't even gotten to the interior in this video really. There's going to be interior retrims. Down the line when it's all kind of nice and safe, there probably will be engine work as well. I would even vaguely consider dropping a 911 engine in there, or maybe doing something even more chaotic than that. So lots and lots of stuff to come with the car. This is very early days in my journey. I'm learning as well. I really enjoy coming down and kind of listen to Ollie speak. Wealth of knowledge imparted on me, albeit temporarily, because retaining information is not really my forte. Anyway. As I mentioned to you at the start of this video was brought to you by Squarespace. Now, you all know that I'm heavily involved in a number of online businesses, and obviously the core of that is building your own attractive, beautiful, well-presented, and more importantly, highly converting website. Now, you all know what businesses I'm involved in, and website design is a huge part of that. Squarespace enable you to design something really cool and that works very well. They've got loads of cool features. For example, social posting. You can set up your website to automatically tweet when new content goes out. You can also track analytics, website stats, visitors, conversions, all that kind of stuff. You can also set up subscriptions, and you can also do email campaigns, all from one platform, which is Squarespace. So then, if you are setting up your own business and you want a website, head to Squarespace right now to start your free trial. I'll leave the links below, and there will also be a 10% discount for you guys only. That link will be below, it will be in pinned comments, and it will also be in the link in the description. Head over there right now, start your free trial, and let me know how you get on. Thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe, thumbs up. Make sure you're also following me on Instagram. I am keeping everyone up to date on my daily antics, not just 912 stuff, 488 Pista, F12, AMR, Defender, 996. Actually, the 996 is in here right now. I'm not going to film Ollie because I promised I wouldn't shove a camera in his face, but it's in here up on the ramp. So there will be 996 stuff coming to the channel. There's going to be some exhaust stuff, but they're just actually having a look at it here. Really good guys at RPM Technique. If you want anything 996 wise, oh, there's another one over there, or Porsche wise in general, restoration, performance stuff, whatever, get on their website, get on their Instagram, go and check them out. Really good bunch. On that note then, I am actually going to leave you guys and girls alone now. Thank you again for watching. Do subscribe, blah, thumbs up, leave a comment, say hello, bye.